Hello and welcome to the Football Hub. How was your weekend? Mine was great. A lot happened this weekend. A lot of football was played this weekend, and I'm sure a lot of people didn't have a few people didn't have a great weekend because their team lost this weekend. So a lot happened this weekend, and come, let's dive into it straight away. Starting with the Serie A. Napoli won again, 2-0 against Venezia, against Monza. Sorry. Napoli winning, and they've been winning a lot of their matches now, and they are looking really good, and they are top of the Serie A table. Roma also beat Venezia, coming from a goal down to win that one. Juventus away from home against Genoa, winning 3-0. Juventus are yet to concede in Serie A. Thiago Motta is doing a really good job at Juve, but let's see. This is early doors. Let's see how it goes. But Juventus are yet to concede. The first three matches they played were I think they won 3-0, and then the other ones 0-0, and then this one they are winning 3-0 now. So let's see how it goes. Inter won against Udinese 3-2, and Milan also beat Lecce 3-0. So good for the big teams. I think Lazio also won 3-2 too. So good for the big teams there. They all did their job at the weekend. That is that for Italian Serie A. Then for Ligue 1, Marseille, who has been winning all this while, lost this time around to Strasbourg, 1 game away from home. Lyon winning away from home against Toulouse 2-1, and Lille beating Le Havre away from home 3-0, and then PSG beating Rennes at home 3-1. And remind you again, Ousmane Dembele has been suspended for the match against Arsenal in the Champions League tomorrow. I don't know, the reports coming out are saying that he had an altercation with his coach after the last match against Rennes, and then it was decided that he will be dropped for the match against Arsenal in the Champions League. So let's see how that, and he has been their best player. So let's see how that goes. In the German Bundesliga, the big one, Bayern Munich against Bayer Leverkusen. Two fantastic goals by Hendrich and by Pavlovic. Two fantastic goals. Two fantastic, very, very good goals out of the box, out of this world goals. That match ended 1-1. Very good match, very good game to watch. So that is that. And then Dortmund also won 4-2 against Bochum, while Leipzig gave a hammering to Augsburg 4-0 with Xavi Simons scoring the last goal. And I think there's reports that Harry Kane is being injured. Let's see whether he'll be able to play the Champions League this week. But the reports coming out are saying that he's looking, it might not be serious, So let's see how that goes. And then moving on to La Liga, Osasuna beating Barcelona 4-2. Let me check. There's a certain stat I want to check here. Osasuna beat Barcelona at home for the first time since 2012, and scoring 4 goals, while Barca under Hansi Flick has only conceded 5 goals in La Liga this season. So for them to have conceded 4 goals in one game, that's really it wasn't a very good weekend for them. But they are still top of the table, because again, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid, they drew 1-1, with the game having to be stopped while Atletico Madrid fans were throwing things like lighter on Courtois, and it wasn't a good look for football. It wasn't a good look for football. It was they had to pause the match, they had to suspend the match, and then continue later after everything. In fact, Koke and Simeone had to come out, talk to the fans and calm them down so that they can continue the match. And then at the dying minutes, almost the last kick of play, Angel Correa equalized for Atletico Madrid and giving them a point in that match. So good for them. Also remember that Courtois is with reports coming out showing that he is injured. He is having a muscular issue, and we don't know how long he's going to stay out, but there are reports that are saying he's going to stay out for maybe 2 or 3 matches or so. So Lunin is going to come in for him in this Champions League match against Lille. So let's see how that goes. And then coming to the English Premiership, which is our base. 12:30 kickoff lunchtime kickoff at Newcastle against Man City. It ended 1-1. You know, we've seen how Rodri is important to that team. I've always said it that the three important people in that, or four, I would say, is Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, and Haaland. These four guys are very important to that team. Should anything happen to one or two of them, they begin to have issues in that team, and you could see it in the weekend against Newcastle, where they couldn't beat Newcastle. For me, again, please let me know in the comment section if you think that penalty against Man City was a penalty. Please let me know in the comment section, because to me that wasn't a penalty. Yes, that wasn't a penalty. That is my own, because I don't know what you want the keeper to do. Of course, when there is a through ball and you are facing the keeper is supposed to come and attempt to get the ball. Yes, he didn't get the ball, but that does not mean that he supposed to just stand and just watch. He tried to get the ball, and though he didn't get it, it's not as if there was contact. That, for me, that penalty was soft. That shouldn't have been a penalty. Although, yes, you say yes, I'm an Arsenal fan, and I don't want Man City to win. But that's not a penalty to me. To me, that's not a penalty. So that is that. Moving on to Chelsea Brighton. Wow, I said it last week that Chelsea are looking good. They're really looking good. I let me know in the comments, because I predicted that they will end up in the top 4. They will end up 4th. I predicted that they will end up top 4, and by next year they will be playing Champions League. So please let me know in the comment section what you think, if that will happen. You know, Cole Palmer, oh my God, that guy is something else. That guy is really cool. Cole Palmer by name and cold by nature. Is something else. He's the first player in the Premier League history to have scored 4 goals before halftime. The first player in the Premier League, and he has had the highest number of hat-tricks as all other legends in Chelsea, with 3 hat-tricks. That guy is scoring goals for fun. One thing I love about Cole Palmer is that he's an intelligent footballer. He's not all this footballer that you know when they train you in the academy, be here, go here, expect the ball here, and be here. He's very tactical in the way he plays. He's very smart in the way he plays football. You can see that he's not the most physical football player, but he's very smart with the way he handles the ball. His understanding of space is just beyond here. That guy is something else. It's amazing how this guy was benched all throughout the Euros for England. He was just on the bench, only came on once or twice as a substitute. Even when he came on as a substitute, I think against Netherlands in the Euros, you saw what he could do. So it's amazing. It's amazing. That guy is doing something good. Also, Sancho, again, that was bought from Man U. 3 games, 3 assists. 3 games, 3 assists for Sancho. You can see that he's beginning to play football. He's in love with football more, and he's enjoying his football. I watched that match, and Sancho was playing with this pure form, this freedom. There was freedom in his football, and he was playing with as if there was no handbrake. So that is good. That's good to see. That's good for Chelsea. I'm sure Chelsea fans will be happy. Moving on, Everton against Crystal Palace. Again, Crystal Palace was scored first, and then Everton came back and won that match. And this is the first time it is happening in 35 matches for Everton. Most of the times when they concede first, they end up either drawing that match or losing that match. But for the first time in a long while, they won that match. So that is that. So, and then moving on, Brentford against West Ham. That one ended 1-1, where Brentford again scored in the first, I think 38 seconds of the first minute of that game. Now Brentford has become the first team in Premier League history to have scored in the first minute of the Premier League match in 3 consecutive matches. They have become the first team to do that. So thank God this time again they didn't lose this one, because the first 2 against Man City and against Tottenham, they lost those matches, but this one now they were able to get a point out of it. West Ham also were able to get a point out of it. So that is looking good for them. Then Arsenal beating Leicester City 4-2. Good first half. Arsenal were leading 2-0, and before you know it, in the second half, up to the 60-something minutes, it was 2-2. And before you know it, they had to find a way to get those goals to win the match, and it came in the last minute, in the extra time rather. from Trossard and Kai Havertz. So looking good for Arsenal. Now there are some stats again that you should know. Saka is the first player in Premier League history to have assisted in first six consecutive Premier League matches of the season. Saka is the first player. Saka is also the highest, is the player with the highest number of assists in the Premier League this season. And Arsenal again in that match, let me just check the game. Arsenal in that match again had so many chances in that match. They had so many chances in that match, you know. In that match, Arsenal created 10 big chances, 37 shots, 16 shots on target. In fact, the Leicester City goalkeeper had a very good day. In fact, this is this kind of performance you say he doesn't deserve to lose that match, but Arsenal too didn't deserve to lose that match or to draw that match. The guy had a wonderful game. It was save after save. I think he made about 6 or 7 saves in that matches. It was a phenomenal match. It was a phenomenal performance by that goalkeeper. But unfortunately for him, Trossard scored in the last minute through a deflection from Ndidi, who had already assisted the second goal for Leicester City. You know, it's good to see again as a Nigerian. It's good to see Ndidi again. I never expected him to see him in that form where he's playing more forward, playing more closer to the box, assisting goals, creating chances, and all that. It's nice to see. I used to see him as a very defensive kind of midfielder, you know. But it's good to see him creating chances and moving forward and doing stuff for his team. Also, again, let me say this: Ethan Nwaneri is ready to start. Ethan Nwaneri is ready to start. There's nothing you can tell me. I was telling people over the weekend, and I was telling people even before now, that guy is good to start. That guy can replace Odegaard confidently without any this thing. The guy is performing. Look at when he came in, he changed the flow of the game. Even Arteta said it himself. For him to have come in a game where they were drawing 2-2, come in, beat 1, 2, 3 people and have a shot on target, that's phenomenal. This is a 17-year-old boy. He's ready to go. Even when I watch the boy, I watch his demeanor, I watch his, his body language. It looks like somebody who just wants to perform, who just wants to go out there and give his best. And so why not give him the opportunity to, especially against so-called lesser teams, you know, due respect to them. So all those other teams are in the bottom half of the table, you know. So I mean, that guy is good. He's good enough to start. That guy is a certified footballer. He's a certified baller. So you know, that is that. Also going forward, Fulham won again against Nottingham Forest away from home. Looking good for them. Wolves against Liverpool. Wolves at home and Liverpool winning 2-1, and for them, and that win took them to the top of the table. You know, so Liverpool really looking good this season. I'm just thinking, a lot of people are just thinking, oh, Man City is only this Premier League is going to be Man City and Arsenal is going to be Man City. Liverpool are there, and I'm going to say this: they have Salah. A lot of people underrate Salah. I don't know, he's one of the underrated footballers in world football. That guy is not. Most times he's not even nominated for the Ballon d'Or. This guy, and he has now there's a start again. He has contributed to 231 goals for Liverpool. That is outrageous numbers. I mean, that is really good numbers, you know, if you tell me. So I don't know why they don't rate him that much. I don't know why. So Liverpool top of the table, and I think that they will go far. I don't know if they can stretch it out towards to the end of May, when we get to April, May, June, and March, April, May, and June, towards the end of the season. I don't know if they can stretch it out far, but they are really looking good. Gravenberch is looking like a reformed player, a renewed player. So that is that. Moving on, Ipswich Town and Aston Villa. They drew over the weekend 2-2, with Ole Watkins having the highest number of assists since last season till now. You know, and him and Kopama on the same number of assists since last season now. So they're really looking good. That was an opportunity for Aston Villa to have, become go to the top of the table, but they couldn't do it. Ipswich gave them a hell of a match. In fact, I didn't really watch the match, but those who watched the match were saying that Ipswich Town could have won that match. So moving on to the last one, which is Man United against Tottenham. Wow. The theatre of dreams have become the theatre of shames now. Is something that this is the second 3-0 loss that Man U will be having in this season. Man U have scored only 1 goal at Old Trafford in Premier League this season. Ange Postecoglou has taken more points from his first 3 league matches against Man United, which is 7, than any other Tottenham manager in the Premier League. That's crazy. That's crazy if you tell me. That's crazy if you tell me. I don't understand what is going on at Man U. Gary Neville called it a disgusting performance. Simon Jordan of TalkSport called it a poor performance. It was a shambolic performance. I don't understand why. I mean, Erik ten Hag has been giving all he wanted. He has bought the players he wanted. He reunited with most of the players he had at Ajax. I don't know why they are not performing. So do you think that ten Hag should be given more time, or he should be sacked? Please let me know in the comment section. So let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. If he will continue in that position as the Man United coach, or if he will be sacked. I'm hearing reports this morning that they are considering bringing in Simone Inzaghi of Inter. Let's see what he will do. Let's see if that will materialize. But if not, good for them. So that is much that happened this weekend in the world of football. That is all that happened. Please help me like, subscribe, comment on this video, and I'll see you next time. God bless. Thank you, and bye bye.